Okay, let's proceed on the topics of language. Today we are going to discuss about the characteristics of human language. Characteristic of human language. Human languages appear to be something wonderful because of having variety of defining property. It is interesting that these characteristics of languages cut across all human languages. So the following are the characteristics of human languages. So there are many characteristics of human languages, as we see here: arbitrariness, displacement, cultural transmission, discreteness, duality, productivity, interchangeability, reflexiveness, and patterning. So we are going to discuss each one here. We are going to analyze each one here. So we are starting with the word arbitrariness. When we talk about arbitrariness, all human language have arbitrariness in that they contain words, expressions which lack natural connection with what they mean. As we said earlier, the words that we use usually, the words that we use mainly lack one-to-one relationship with meaning. This is the case for all human language. Think of English word mother. It is not the case for all human language. Think of an English word mother. It is not easy to guess what its meaning is unless you know the language to which it belongs and if you have heard people using it. Most words in languages have been accidentally picked. There was no special meeting meant to decide what words to have in a certain languages. Despite there being no international choice of linguistic forms, people have accepted and used these word forms for their day-to-day communications. So displacement, it means word lack natural connection, word lack direct relationship between the words and the meanings what is mean. Maybe the word table and four-legged furniture. There is no direct relationship between the word and the things represented. Another thing is displacement. Within human language, it is possible to talk about abstract concepts and things that are far away in terms of time and place. For example, language allows you to talk about what happened 10 years ago and what happened at a place far from where it is being talked about. You can, for instance, talk about football match of last year in England. Conversely, a dog cannot tell you what it did yesterday or what it will do tomorrow. So when you talk about displacement, we mean to talk about something which have been past. Maybe animals can talk about even something which happened for 2 minutes or 3 minutes ago, like that. So displacement, we human language able to talk about something which have been past for 3 minutes or 10 years or 3 years ago. Maybe, for example, you can talk about a First World War which have been already took place for 100 years ago. So another thing is cultural transmission. We take our skin colors from our parents. We also take our different appearance from our parents. All these are genetically determined. However, from parents, instead it is acquired. Human language is not inherited genetically. You must believe that human language is not inherited genetically from parent. Instead, it acquired or learned depending on the environment to which one is exposed. That is why we say language is culturally transmitted from one generation to other. We said earlier, it is possible for any child born to any parent to acquire or learn any language. If language were genetically determined, it will be very difficult for people to learn language for others. For example, a hen never cries like a cow because the cries are specific to particular animals. So the cries are natural and not cultural. Another thing is discreteness. When you talk about discreteness, the sound in human language are meaningful, distinct. For example, word bed and word bad differ from each other only in one vowel sound. So when we talk about discreteness, we talk about this. The words are respectively pronounced as bad and bad. As you can see, differing in one sound is something big enough to distinguish meanings. So human language, there is a difference meaning between some words. Even words look the same, but sometimes differ in form of even one letters or one vowels can make the word to be different in terms of meaning. That we talk about distractness. And another thing is duality. Language consists of two levels, the level of sound and that of meaning. At the level sound, we mean that we produce sound and then we are going to get meaning. So you must understand that in duality, human language consists of two levels, level of sound and level of meaning. Unlike to animals language, animals when they produce sound we can't get a meaning like that. So another thing is productivity. When we talk about productivities, we mean that language allows speakers or writers to produce and understand new utterances never heard or produced before. So when we talk about productivity, it means to create new words in a certain languages. So anyone can able to produce new words in a language and can be used by other people. That is a productivity. But in animals, always all over the world use the same sound. Maybe cows or dog bark, all around the world they are barked. So productivity is human language allow to produce new words which can be used by others. And another thing is interchangeability. Human languages allow communicator to exchange position. At one time, the communicator is speakers and listen at others. Maybe we are two, we make conversation. So one is listening and other is one is speaking and other is going to listen. So when other is going to speak, other is going to listen like that. So it is interchangeability, like we make a dialogue like that. So animals languages haven't interchangeability, because when a dog bark, another one is bark like that. So there is no interchangeability. This is so amazing things to human languages. Another thing is reflexiveness. Reflexiveness will mean that it is interesting that human languages have capability of talking about itself. For example, you can talk English language can talk about it itself. For example, we can say that English is an international language. So we use English to express about how English it is like that. So it can be able to talk itself. We can explain language itself. Maybe Kiswahili can explain the word itself. We can say Kiswahili language is very beautiful, or we can say English language is very beautiful. So we use English to explain about it is a language about that things or about itself. Patterning will mean human languages the letters are arranged in pattern which can bring about meaningful and which can get a meaningful sentence. When the word we arrange, when the sound we arrange in some patterns, we are going to get something which is meaningful. Example, in English languages, you see there is subjective, verbs, objective. We use this to make a sentence which become meaningful, unlike human language. So this is the characteristics of human languages. Let us remind ourselves, because we need to get revision every time. So the one is arbitrariness, displacement, cultural transmission, discreteness, duality, productivity, interchangeability, and patterning. These are characteristics of human languages. Never miss to subscribe this channel and comment, share, and likes. Another topics we are going to talk about functions of human languages, and I think you are going to enjoy the lesson very well. Thank you for listening to me. Don't forget to subscribe this channel. Don't forget to share to others, and don't forget to like. Thank you.